I was definitely glad to hear about all your experiences and how you thought they prepared you for journalism. It was great to know that you have been interested in current events for a long time. If this is your passion, this is a good thing for you to get into, I agree. However, I really need to tell you some stuff. I noticed that you said and a lot. So if you want to go into broadcast journalism, you are really going to have to fix this. If you want to do print ads, or print journalism rather, then it's not as big of a deal. But having good speaking skills is always good. And you also use "you know" a lot. That was really irritating. Because what if I don't know? What then? And then you said that the sports column was the best column. Well, that may be true in your opinion. But for someone who doesn't like sports, this wouldn't be true. They would take absolutely no interest in it and think it was a very boring thing. Also, some of your sentences seemed to break in the middle. They were complete thoughts, but they had an or "you know" in them. And they just sounded like you were saying two sentences. You were actually saying only one sentence. You repeated words really often. So that was not exactly the greatest thing. And you might want to check your pronunciation on certain words. There also seemed to be no order kept in your video. You kept going back and forth from high school to college, from high school to college, and didn't keep consistency on what you were talking about. So maybe keeping them more in order would be a good thing. And then you said you were confident. Well, you didn't say you were only confident in certain situations. When you were recording this video, you didn't sound very confident at all. You sounded rather nervous, and you sounded kind of like you were having trouble getting your thoughts out. Also, you claimed this interest in current events. It would be good to be more specific than current events, or at least, perhaps every once in a while, change how you say current events. It makes you sound like a very one-dimensional person. You know, lots of different experiences are a good thing to have. And so, I noticed you really only talked about two. So, maybe you could talk about a few more? Even if they're not quite as interesting, just touch on them really shortly. Do you understand me?